and Marisa, back in for more live reactions to Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel.
I almost said Kaito Sentai Looper.
Because you were just talking about it a moment ago. It's the last one, and we flubbed it. Do you want to say it one more time? We can say it like, I'm not gonna edit it out. Do you want to say it one more time? No? You're done with the Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel final episode, not the finale, but the final episode.
Because a Christmas special, which
exactly.
For some reason they've decided to dish us out at the very beginning of December and not closer to Christmas.
I assume it's so that they can,
replay it over and over again through the month of December?
Exactly, that's, and it doesn't really make too much sense to actually air a...
Oh, yes. Cheers!
Oh, cheers, cheers, cheers. Nogging it up, cheers.
I saw you reaching for yours, so I thought.
But yeah, it doesn't make too much sense to actually, release a holiday special on the day of the holiday.
Well, not on the day. I was thinking closer.
Well, within the week of the holiday, unless you're just going through. Unless it's just that happens to be that week's episode. If it's a special, you want to air it, before the holiday, so you can continue to re-air it coming up to the holiday. As opposed to some other shows where, that just happens to be, oh, that's where we are in the year, so we'll just reference it. But in these cases, it's often a little bit out of continuity. I'm assuming, however, that, considering how the last few have gone, I am assuming that this will probably run within the continuity sequence of the series. So, I'm expecting this to basically be our epilogue.
Back in time.
No, I don't mean...
Forward in time.
I mean, this would be the epilogue of the series, is my expectation, considering the way that...
Cool. Tim Davis from the UK.
The way that... The way that the Dino Supercharge Christmas special was released took place after the end of Dino Supercharge as an epilogue. So I'm assuming this will also be an epilogue episode.
Please wait while we try reconnecting.
Oh, we've got a little bit of an unstable connection going on there. But I'm glad to see that we have people flooding in.
Jake, it's not playing anymore for them.
Oh, what? Buffering.
So we're gonna
wait. Well, it says wait while reconnecting. It should come back soon.
Yeah, I just don't know if they'll be able to hear anything we said while we were waiting.
Yeah, fair enough.
Our connection is...
Hey, there we go. There we go. We're back now. All right, we're back now.
Are we back now at now, or is everybody on a delay now?
I don't know. We'll see. I think we're okay.
Okay.
But yeah, we are back. Sorry for the glitch there for like 30 seconds. So we'll give people a few minutes to pop back in. Because it seems like a bunch of people popped out while it wasn't working, so I'm going to give them,
a moment to return.
A moment to return.
Please come back. We
miss you. But yeah, like I was saying, it's going to be like an epilogue-isode.
An epilogue-isode.
And this will be the final episode of the Saban Brands era, which is kind of a big deal. It's been an 8-year-long era. And we're finally coming to a close. It has not been a great era for Power Rangers, unfortunately, from a show perspective. From a franchising perspective, they've done very well. Between the
7.
There we go. There we go.
Everybody.
People are coming back in now. Between the the show returning,
welcome
hitting
back,
all
guys.
the DVDs.
I know we lost a lot of you there for a moment.
There we go. Back up to 10. Between the show returning, getting all the DVDs, Macy's Thanksgiving Day parades, legacy toys, comic books.
Keep this one in mind for later.
Yep.
Someone sent you private messages somewhere else.
Okay.
To check later.
Okay.
Thank you, Yokozo.
Yep. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I haven't.
Hi again, him?
I haven't checked on that account in a long time, so I should take a look at that. See if I have any other messages.
I don't think
that.
I've looked at my Ranger Board account since like PMC3.
Yeah, that's fair. It's been a while. We don't do message boards that much anymore. It's kind of everything's social media now, so you don't generally get your news that way anymore, and you don't often have conversations that way anymore. It's usually more like
A lot of people
Facebook
do.
and Twitter. A lot of people still do. It's just there are so many
I'm
more
just not
outlets
on
now.
Twitter or Facebook or any of that very much anymore. Honestly, I'm mostly on Discord.
Well, yeah,
That's a chat.
that's more of a chat thing. I'm just saying that
Faster.
compared to 15 years ago, there's a lot more social media options
Also Reddit.
than there used to be. Reddit's another social media option. There are a lot more
Reddit's a
social.
message board.
Okay.
But it seems to have taken everything.
Yeah.
So that people don't have their own dedicated websites for things anymore.
Yeah,
they just have
I don't even
subreddit.
consider Reddit a message board just because it's such a it's just
It's
its own
huge.
thing.
But I'm sure there's a Power Rangers subreddit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'd be shocked if there wasn't. So yeah, there are plenty already. There have been plenty
Joseph,
of spoilers
stop!
popping in.
Or is that a joke?
There have been all these little spoilers and joke spoilers, and maybe not jokes. I don't know. There have been plenty of spoilers popping in through the chat, so we need to
get this underway.
get this show started. So here is the Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel Holiday Special, The Poisy Show.
The Power Rangers battle to protect the Ninja
Hey.
Steel from Madame Odious and her master.
Yeah.
And her master.
And they blew them up.
And a strange asteroid knocked Odious deep into space.
Okay.
Sledge, an outlaw, discovered
Oh my.
the asteroid contained a rare metal.
Wait, Poisy Show. Are we having Poisandra back?
Fix Odious's ship in exchange for the asteroid.
Wow, you are recapping
Odious tricked him.
very specific
She'd
things.
already stolen the Super Steel to use against the Rangers.
This is a very long
Plans failed,
recap.
and she was destroyed. The Earth was safe.
This is the longest narration yet.
The Rangers thought.
Or so the Rangers thought.
Here comes Sledge and Poisandra.
Wait,
It's abandoned, Master Sledge. Those Power Rangers must have finally destroyed Madame Odious.
oh wow.
Good. She stole the Ninja Super Steel from me, but now it's my chance to get it back.
This is insane.
Christmas to us.
Oh, bye, Naruto.
Get that trash out of here.
They're actually salvaging the ship.
Full surprise in years. I've reprogrammed the surviving
The Poisy
Battlebots
Show.
to work for
Oh
us.
no.
Good job, Brandon.
They're
Oh,
going
wow.
to use the apparatus to make her own TV show.
This is amazing.
What? Some kind of junky wrecked TV studio? That's what you gave me for Christmas?
Relax, my darling wifey poo. Once I fix it up, it will be.
The
Legends!
That's adorable.
So, it's all I ever wanted. You're the best hobby in the universe!
No, you're the best hubby in the universe.
Aw,
Famous guests!
Bonjour, Rastemona.
My love.
you're gonna get famous guests.
I capture the Power Rangers for your show.
Oh, yes! They'd be perfect!
This is amazing.
Listen up! This is what
I'm afraid this is going to be Don't Blow That Dough Take 2.
She gets a TV
You know what?
show. I get the Rangers
This at least works as a premise.
Master Sledge?
I know.
He wants the Power Stars now, because sure, of course, why not? Boom, 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 boom. Go! Go! Power Rangers, Ninja Steel, need with all our might together, Ninja Steel. Never give up without a fight together, Ninja Steel. Power Rangers, fear no danger. Go, go, Power Rangers.
Go,
Go, Power Rangers. Go! Stand up for what is right together, Ninja Spin. Watching out all day and night together, Ninja Steel. Rangers, fear no danger. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel. Go, Go, Power Rangers, Ninja Steel. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel.
The Poisy Show.
Very generous to the
Adorable.
students donating all of these Christmas presents to charity. I'm glad
Aw.
you volunteered to deliver them.
Christmas is a busy time, so we're
Well,
happy to help
there's
any way we can.
Well, it's
a lot of
much
students at
appreciated.
school, and that amount of presents really isn't that much for that many students. That means maybe 1 in 5 students showed up with a present.
These presents is gonna be a
Considering
cinch.
Hey guys, sorry
Considering
about
we've
that.
agreed
Who it
that
came for us?
uh,
Oh, it's from
that
West
these are-
Mullins, the Time Force
Oh!
Red Ranger.
Wes sent them a present.
So Wes was the...
It's just like the one the other
The
Rangers
transportal
And
device?
there's
What?
an intergalactic message disc. Play it.
How do you know what that is? An intergalactic message disc?
That's Whistle, right?
Hello, Rangers. With this transportal device, you can travel between dimensions and aid other Rangers in times of extreme danger. Use it wisely. And have a Merry Christmas.
Is Time Force running Hexagon?
I am so
More or less it
grateful.
seems now.
Maybe another exciting adventure waits us.
That's interesting.
Hey, look, the Nexus Prism, it's back.
Oh, welcome back.
What's it doing here?
Whoops, spin, spin, spin. Yep, you got all your stars back. Oh, and gone. Okay.
He gave us back our power stars?
Why would it be giving us back our Ranger abilities?
Because Wes just gave you the ability to go rescue people.
Christmas for me, Sledge.
It's gonna be a white Christmas for you!
Oh.
Look, it's a snow monster.
Oh, it looks like,
Preston's the only one who escaped.
Yep.
He dodged behind a car.
We're trapped!
They have color-appropriate scarves.
That is magical.
Had such a tough time with you, wimps. That was easy.
Well, to be fair, Matamodius was not very good at it.
Listen up, buddy. I've dealt with Rangers before, and you're not getting away.
Why aren't you just... What? Wait, what is happening?
Huh? Where'd they go?
Preston's going to another dimension.
Your friend doesn't stand a chance against Sledge on his own. Now, as they say, the show must go on.
This is...
So these guys are going to the Poisy Show.
I love this.
Ranger.
No longer says Galaxy Warriors up
Your
there.
power star too. Hey, thanks.
Wow, Prism. Really glad that you did that.
Stars for you, ma'am.
Good thinking. Wouldn't want any of them morphing, would we?
What? Why are you just leaving them here?
Where's Sledge? It's time to start the show.
Well, the Blue Ranger opened a portal, and then he and Sledge tumbled through it.
Oh, Sledge is so sweet. He'd do anything to capture all 6 Rangers to be my guests.
I
This is
can't
all
believe
very
Preston's
strange.
in another dimension with that monster.
I hope he's okay.
I want to know
That's
where
okay.
they're going.
Probably to go see Conan.
Oh, there we go.
Spoilers.
Looks like you dropped something. Without this, you'll never get back to your world. Unless, of course, you give me your power star.
Not gonna happen!
Fine.
Maybe you should morph.
You're not going anywhere.
Whoop. Whoop. Pterodactyl. Sure.
Because this is a world of dinosaurs.
Yep.
Creature looks familiar. I gotta get that power star.
It's
It
a
should look
dinosaur.
familiar. It's a dinosaur. You came from Dino Charge. You should know what a dinosaur is.
25 days.
Okay, so we are popping over to the Dino Charge universe. Okay.
Of course, it'll be Preston who gets to go over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Two Sidarsos for the price of one.
Exactly.
Oh, Santa, help you put the win in Windsor. It's next 25
One thing that was kind of odd with the Preston versus Sledge business is, one, once Preston came out of hiding, why didn't he just still have the snow monster freeze him? And two, when did he kick Preston and make Preston spark? Was that my imagination? Did he make Preston spark?
I hope / think that he managed to kick the remote and maybe the remote sparked.
That's what I hope is what I saw, but I'm not sure that's what I saw.
I terrible idea, by the way. The Sparkle Ultra Kicks.
Oh, now these are sparks. Sparks everywhere. Why are there sparks everywhere all
Here's
of a
the
sudden?
thing, though. There's basically got to be some sort of a flint on the back of that that's
Yeah.
making these sparks.
Yeah.
And it's a scooter, right?
Yeah.
So, what do kids do with scooters? They ride them places.
Yeah.
Like
Discover the power
roads.
of the energy
Yeah. Yeah.
Parking lots.
Yeah.
Where maybe oil spilled out of a car.
Yeah. Yeah. Why are there sparks everywhere? And just now that was the All-Spark going into Bumblebee. Sparks everywhere. Is this supposed to be Christmas or the 4th of July?
Explore the
I
Alola
don't
region and catch, battle, and trade Pokemon like Pikachu.
Hey, look, it's just like yours, only
Save Hyrule
purple.
with Link.
Yeah, it's the Nintendo DS.
Nintendo 2DS XL,
2DS.
the latest handheld gaming device from Nintendo. Now bundled with Mario Kart 7 and now available in purple and silver. Games rated
Cool.
E10+.
Now available in purple and silver. Jake's is blue and black.
Yeah, I think Sledge is probably my favorite of the
I'm never
Neo
going to stop
Saban
complaining
villains.
about the fact that the Lego friends are not compatible with the rest of the Legos
That
because
is
they went
fair.
and fundamentally changed the scale of the
Oh.
figures. Even if they changed the figures, if they left the scale the same, we wouldn't have this problem. But they fundamentally changed the scale of the figures. These things are like a head taller than your regular
I
Lego
know.
guy.
I know.
Lego Life. Ask your parents before
Never
going
gonna
online.
stop
Smart
complaining.
device not included.
Want the happy meal?
We're gonna be doing Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger live reactions. We'll be releasing the next one on Wednesday as we normally do, and
But then-
we'll be having the one after that Sunday and then Wednesday.
And then Wednesday.
So we're gonna be doubling up until we catch up.
Yeah,
Basically,
basically-
it's taking over the Super Ninja Steel's slot until we catch
Until we
up.
catch up.
Because I was away for Thanksgiving for a week and a half, seeing my family. We had a whole big family reunion. There was like 19 people at Thanksgiving, biggest Thanksgiving I've ever been to. And a lot of time catching up with.
Yeah, that's because there's only about a dozen at mine. Only we're 11 this year because you weren't there.
I know, and it would have been an even 20 if you'd gone down with me.
Why are the Ninja Steel Rangers are so bad? Manatee Gangler?
Oh, I guess that's something coming up for Luca.
Cassandra did love each other and the Rangers trying to ruin. I don't see the Rangers trying to ruin that.
Here we go.
So maybe you're
They're
ahead of
just-
us.
Well, the Rangers are just kind of chilling right now.
They don't seem to be trying to break up anyone's relationship. They just don't want to
There are
be here.
so many monsters here.
With the same monster.
Maybe ask
Wait,
Mama.
what? Why is she talking about that?
Venomous, my sweet darling.
How does she know about any of this? And why is she talking about it?
I got him.
I am so confused.
Yes. You're my one true
Wait.
love.
You're queuing up
We weren't really in love with her. It
you're
was
queuing
just
up
a spell.
clips for stuff you were not around
They
for.
say they love you, and the next thing you know, you're getting blown up. I've been with Sledge for over 65 million years, and he still doesn't listen to me.
It's pretty
She
crazy.
gets pretty worked up when she talks about Sledge.
Sledge forgot my birthday.
Wow.
We can use that to help us.
Okay, this is.
Reminding Poisy how
At least-
terrible he is.
He thinks he's
Maybe we can try
Oh,
against
they're gonna start a fight in a marriage?
Sledge shows
Yeah,
up.
Daniel Romano said that about 4 minutes ago. Spoilers, Daniel!
It's okay. I'm assuming it's because he's not watching.
I'm trying.
This is gonna be weird.
Hey, Cassandra. I have a beautiful story about true love that
Are you-
I think your viewers are
What
gonna
is-
What day do they go live? Daniel.
Please, go on.
Okay, well, when
Oh,
my mom
Morphin Network.
and Haley's dad
Oh.
first started
Really?
dating, we weren't so happy.
Okay,
I'm
So-
Sarah's mom, Jackie.
Aaron Foster, Haley's dad.
we're flashing back to
Let's
this.
get this drone working again.
So we're focusing on love themes, I guess, for our clips.
Are you sure this wasn't a Valentine's Day episode?
Their date will definitely go
It's a
badly
very
if we give them
romantic
a little bit of
Christmas.
dating advice.
What do you mean?
My mom hates exotic foods, right? But you could tell your dad that she loves weird, unique food.
And my dad gets
This show has an odd thing with romance and love.
This is strange.
Yeah, it really does. They broke up.
This is. They broke up.
Fried grasshopper. You love exotic food, right?
Do we really need to recap this whole episode?
It's a clip show, so yes.
Well, I know, it's just like we're recapping very
Also, for
specific
the record,
stories
fried grasshoppers are actually
in a
pretty
weird
good.
level of detail.
They're very crunchy because they're mostly exoskeletons, so it's not very much different to a potato chip.
Like, of all the things to recap in a clip show, I'm like,
I want to try fried
I was
mealworms.
not
I feel
expecting
like they would be meatier.
the story of how Sarah and Haley's parents started dating and then never.
What they did was absolutely wrong, Johnny.
Oh yeah, they were just being terrible people in
and
that.
Sledge probably never have problems.
Are you kidding?
Oh.
Sledgems is always causing problems for me.
Are we gonna flashback?
He doesn't care about my feelings at all.
Are we gonna have Dino Charge flashbacks in this or not?
Guys, we just gotta keep hitting our buttons.
This is very silly, but I'll go with it.
Coda!
Hey, Coda.
Jake, I'm not sure he went back to the dimension of where everybody actually is.
I don't know.
I think he may have gone all the way back in time to Coda's time.
I guess
Preston? It's me, Coda.
I'm confused.
Blue Ranger.
Why are you dressed that way right now?
Coda.
That's why I'm saying I'm concerned he's actually... Remember, Coda was given the opportunity to go back to his time. Is this Coda's time?
Prehistoric times.
I guess.
What you doing here?
Okay.
A monster captured my friends.
He
Tried to
speaks
catch me
perfect
too.
English. You
He
don't need to.
tackled me and
You don't need to describe
must
him
have
what a monster
activated the
is.
transportal device. We tumbled through a portal and ended up here. His name is Sledge. Sledge?
Yeah, he knows Sledge.
still alive? Yeah. He very bad.
Yeah.
Can you help me find Sledge? I need to get back to my world and save the other Ninja Steel Rangers.
Preston?
He this way.
Don't talk to Coda. Don't talk down to Coda. There we go.
Coda, you've done something interesting with your hair.
Our next question.
He cut it and then put it under a wig.
Birds. I can spot
A terrible
them a mile
wig.
away. Am I right?
His real hair was better.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes, you are.
Darso Brothers, forever blue.
Hasn't always been smooth
That's-
sailing.
Very cute.
We've had a lot of problems.
I totally forgot our anniversary this year.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, you're a terrible boyfriend.
I know, right?
He kind of is.
And that's not bad enough. I lied about it too.
You are oddly proud of yourself, dude. Like,
Oh, see you, Dustin. I hope you get a bingo at bingo.
yeah.
Or if you're the ball caller, I hope that the bingo players treat you nicely.
Yeah.
Dinner. What about
He is oddly. I'm still just like in awe that he's like oddly proud of being a horrible boyfriend. Because it's like, you're a horrible boyfriend. I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
right?
I don't think he is. I think it's more like, I'm terrible.
And
But
then,
he doesn't realize he actually is.
yeah, exactly. It's like, dude.
No, that is not a typical love life, Dustin. Trust me.
He said that our lives were what gave
We've
me
been
the energy to
together
blast
for a
us.
very long time, and that is not how a relationship sticks together. You don't lie, for starters.
Like, this is
I mean,
definitely I'd say the clippiest clip show that we've had for Ninja Steel thus far.
I'll never let something as stupid as a lie get between me and her.
good. No more lying.
Really?
I'm sure Sledge would never lie like that.
Sledge lies to me all the time.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, giant cartoon tissues.
Okay, are we gonna have tough love flashback too as well?
Beast, take the Blue Ranger.
Hey,
Yeah! 2 Blue Rangers.
there we go.
Two blues?
Yep,
I think I'm seeing double.
yep.
I destroyed
Now,
you
is this
before,
our
I'll destroy
footage,
you
or
again.
did we...
This is original.
This is original, okay.
Yeah.
Now
Sledge is an original character,
and his power star.
which is, I assume, part of the reason he keeps coming back.
It would be cool if he just hung around as, like,
It's over for you,
an arc villain, but I don't think that's going to happen since we just changed it.
He's the man with the plan.
The typical love life. That is not a typical love life.
It's so weird.
Don't lie. That's like the number one thing. Don't lie.
I mean, they did learn that. That was the point of that episode.
It's my secret ingredient. You should keep it a secret.
But I mean, Calvin has also been a terrible boyfriend in other ways. Yeah.
I'm not actually sure if Dustin was talking about Calvin or Sledge,
This is fair.
because he just put a hashtag with no sentence.
By the way, for reference, we are on the commercials right now. In case
We are on the commercials.
For those following along.
SPD emergency.
But to answer an earlier question, which I have
love
answered,
Mystic Force Astamona.
I have answered many times. Power Rangers in Space is my favorite. Season
My
of Power
favorite is
Rangers.
RPM,
Yep.
but SPD and Mystic Force round out my top 3.
SPD and Mystic Force are both still very good seasons.
SPD and Mystic Force round out my top 3 because SPD, it's got really, I mean, Greg Aronowitz is a genius.
Yeah.
And Mystic Force, I mean, first of all, Vita's the first Pink Ranger I could ever actually identify with. And second of all, our very first date was the premiere of Power Rangers Mystic Force in Jacob's basement. With his roommates who were making fun of it the whole time, which honestly is kind of like this.
That was kind of, to an extent, the proto-live
Proto-live reaction would be when we would watch Power Rangers with Jake's non-Power Rangers watching roommates.
Yeah, which we really only did that
Look
one.
at this has got, these yellies have got to be capitalizing
Oh, on Lucas
on
the
Lucas
Spider.
the Spider.
Yeah, I believe that. That's very cute.
Everybody loves Lucas the Spider. And if you don't like Lucas the Spider, shame on you. Unless you're an arachnophobe, then you get a pass.
No, I
Phobias are real.
do also rate RPM very highly, Dino Thunder very highly. Mighty Morphin is nostalgic
Mighty
in a
Morphin.
way that's always classic. So those all rate very highly for me as well.
ESPN app.
What? It's biffering?
Oh, it's buffering again, I'm assuming.
Volume down.
Mystic Force is okay.
Go to the next
I mean,
page.
it was,
Yes, how long's the
it
flight to
suffered
Orlando?
in the last,
From here,
like,
it
third.
takes 12 hours.
Yeah, it had, in my mind, Mystic Force had a little bit of a slow
It had
first
a
act. It had a
really strong second act,
and then
suffered.
This is gonna be just as good.
fell apart in its third act.
But I
its
was
finale
always a
was
really
really
big
weak.
fan of the Vita and Chip friendship.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you so very rarely see television showing a pair of besties
Yeah.
who are opposite gender.
Yeah.
You know, usually everything turns into a romance.
Yeah.
But those two, they were just best buddies. They were
Yeah,
like they
and they
came
were
up
consistently
from
best buddies,
kids,
too.
and they were together. You know, they weren't. That wasn't based on that, and neither of them.
Like
It didn't get weird.
Jack and Z were like brother and sister, but that kind of fell away pretty soon after they became a solid team, and then Z ended up partnering up with Sid as if they were best friends, even though they...
Yeah, honestly, I think that was less of a brother-sister thing and more of like street family.
Yeah, they were street family.
But then when they weren't on the street anymore, they stopped being street family.
Yeah, which was a little weird.
Well, I mean, part of that is that it's survival based.
Oh,
so.
and now we are back. Let's see how we wrap things up.
For you, little boy.
What's now?
Dinosaurs.
That is
T-Rex? Can you get lawyered?
brother.
Eat him. Please. Oh, he dropped the remote!
I don't think that's the end of Sledge.
No, but he didn't drop the remote.
Nice dinosaur.
Oh, no! The dinosaur's gonna eat the remote.
Hopefully not.
Hurry. His name Kruya.
Kruya?
Hurry. He's your friend? Yes.
What? Really?
Kruya grows.
Really?
Good dinosaur. Okay, you go home now. Bye. Bye. Kruya.
That was very silly.
Sledge's so scared he dropped portal device. Then he's trapped here. Let's go save our friends. Come on.
You won't get away from me that easily.
Because they leave the portal open just long enough. And apparently it takes them straight to the ship. That's convenient.
I'm gonna guess it takes them when they're actually in control of it.
Yeah.
Wherever, you know, they can sort of
It's a very
Magic
ethical
Ranger
class.
was better than Mystic Force, yes. Like I said, I just really liked Vita and Chip, and it has a nostalgia factor for the dating thing.
Yeah.
But Magic Ranger, I could do that whole...
It's not what it sounds like.
Liar! You only wanted the power stars! This show was just to distract me!
I can explain. Please. It's all about you, Poisy. You gotta believe me.
Well, tell him how you really feel,
I
Poisandra.
can't really do the Magic Ranger dance thing.
Yeah, no,
I'm sick of you treating me like dirt, Sledgems!
This is-
I won't have it! No more excuses!
Are they getting a divorce?
Hey, guys.
Really?
Thanks.
I can't
This is
believe you
so
would do
silly.
that to me again.
Also,
Thank you.
they'd made no attempts to do anything despite really just their hands being tied together. They weren't confined to those chairs in any way.
Too late.
No! They got their power stars back.
No!
You have terrible security.
You Blue Rangers.
Time Force is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Still haven't finished it.
We still need to go back and finish that. Oh, and away they go.
Find them.
So, what happens now?
Are you sure you're ready? Okay. Follow me.
Poisandra and Sledge
Wait.
need marriage therapy.
Shoot. Trust me.
Wait, what?
Garbage chute.
What is about to happen?
Guys.
Rocket boots?
You won't get away that easily.
Oh, there's the monster.
Oh, no. I guess I'll have to ambush them on Earth.
What?
You secretly called Santa.
Yep. Snow Fright is after us. Can you get us home fast?
Right away, Rangers.
You stop her. I have gift idea for Sledge.
Okay.
Deliver it, Coda.
Get ready.
Oh.
Those Rangers will be here any second.
Sure!
I just figured
Why
out what's
not?
about to happen.
Gift idea for Sledge.
Everybody jump.
We'll see. We won't say what we're thinking, but we'll see.
Called it.
Sledge called the Basher Bones.
That is very convenient that,
Shinkanger was pretty cool. Watching Samurai, I was just kind of like, what have they done to poor Kota?
yeah. We only saw the first half of Shinkanger, though. We never did finish it.
We should.
Line fire. Ninja spin.
Because once I knew that there was Power Ranger season
We didn't
coming
want
out, I
to
didn't
spoil.
want to spoil.
Which is funny because now we could be totally spoiled if they do adapt.
Well, I mean, we're totally spoiled on Go Busters.
Yeah.
It was just a personal decision to just finally go for it because I really wanted to see what Q Ranger had to offer.
Nice job, guys.
Woohoo! Now Santa's helping him deliver a present.
Alright.
No, but it has a gigantify ray.
There you go. Same difference.
That sounds like just what we're after.
This is ridiculous.
Merry Christmas, Sledge.
Gigantify.
This is ridiculous.
Nice to be back.
Nice to be back. That is classic.
Yeah. Here we go. Time for, oh, we got the ultimate. Oh, there's a line.
Now, which one, Jay? Oh, Shinkanger? Yeah, we need to finish that.
Ninja Super Steel Mode, ready. Bull Rider Megazord.
So convenient they were able to summon their Zords, even though the Prism only gave them back their transformation power stars and then
And not their
immediately
Zord
flew
stars.
away. You know what? It's still less egregious than the last Christmas special.
Oh, Go Busters? Yeah, we've seen the whole of Go Busters.
Yes, because I was making grid defense.
Yeah, we had to watch the whole of Go Busters when Jake was planning out grid defense because he needed to find out what footage he was going to hijack for
Yep.
grid defense. Go Busters is probably my favorite Sentai.
Out of what we've seen so far.
Yeah. It's got that same vibe RPM has, and I love it.
And now they are in
8
snowman.
giant snowmen.
There we go. That is delightful. That is super cute.
Let's melt this snowflake. Begin final attack. Ninja
I'm actually kind of surprised that we didn't get any clips from when Levi had a monster girlfriend.
Final attack.
Just considering the nature of the clips we were seeing.
Yeah. Well,
And that's the end of her.
I am really worried about Beast Morphers.
We'll see how it goes.
Carter is a badass. Which Carter are they talking about?
Sledge, look what I found. I didn't know you got Poisandra a gift.
I know you were just reading off.
Ugh.
Gift for me?
Yes, of course.
Lying doesn't pay off, Sledge.
And I didn't get her a present.
Well, if you didn't, who did?
You're the best, Sledgeums.
Anything for my princess.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I just realized.
Is this from the Rangers? What? This present isn't from you at all. You lied again.
Poisy, give me a second.
Oh, how sweet. Look what they got you.
It's a bomb! Yes!
So awesome of Santa to deliver those presents for
I didn't
us.
see that coming until she started going to open it, and then I was like, oh no, I know what's gonna happen now.
Thank you so much for helping us today. Of course.
I know how presents for villains go.
Sledge finally gone.
We have no idea what the chances of Lupin Ranger versus Power Ranger being adapted as a Power Ranger series are for the Hasbro era.
Oh, it's why I
We are not in on any of that stuff.
Uh-oh. You got presents for them?
Santa helped me get presents.
Oh, nice.
For us?
Thanks, Coda.
That's cute. Got them all clubs.
Wow.
So that they can go clubbing.
You come home with me for Caveman Family Christmas.
I love how, like,
A merry
they said that traveling between dimensions was dangerous, and now they're going for a caveman Christmas. Merry Christmas from the Power Rangers. Huh, we don't usually get that, that little notification at the end, but you know what? It's the last episode of Saban Brands era. I'll take that.
Yeah,
And you know that was a fond farewell. We got our
Mr.
meme.
Alvin, I
We got our
actually
meme.
get that. I actually get that, and only because Jake has been talking about Tokuger in the car lately.
Yeah,
I do not know anything about it aside from what you have just all caps locked and the fact that there is a guy who looks like a Nazi and one that looks like a baby that was smashed up together with one of the California raisins.
Yeah, I've
and Cosmo Royale with a different head.
Yeah, I've been looking into some source material stuff with regards to Ninja Steel, including both Ninja and Tokuger, and just looking into both those seasons a little bit more.
I didn't know about Lupin Ranger versus Power Ranger being adapted. I mean, again, we have zero inside information on this.
One of the really tricky things is that we don't know what Hasbro's tone will be.
Yeah, we don't know what Hasbro's tone will be.
Because let's face it, old school Saban Entertainment, we went some dark places with by the time we got to Time Force. You know, we've had RPM during the Disney era. Power Rangers has gone into some more complex dynamics in the past, and you know,
certainly not off the table as Demona.
Rival Ranger teams seems like that could be possible.
Possibility.
I would not expect it from the Saban Brands era, because nothing during the Saban Brands era seems like it's willing to push the bounds of the Power Rangers always are a team thing. Not that they haven't done the occasional, you know, edgier ideas.
Yeah, like with the Crimson and the Navy Ranger.
Well, that was during Disney.
Oh, that's true.
And even they were only against the main team for a few episodes, and it's because they were tricked by the baddies.
Yeah, but what we've seen of the Power Ranger footage, it's entirely possible to make it seem like they teamed up pretty quickly.
There's a lot of room to play around with that, because sometimes they go against each other, sometimes they don't.
As J-Boss says.
Yeah.
Also, Tommy at the very beginning.
Yeah,
Tommy and Trevor.
the main thing is having two
two
rival teams
that are not evil.
That,
the Navy and the Crimson Ranger were not evil.
Yeah, that's
whereas
a complex thing.
Trent and Evil Tommy were definitely evil.
Right. Now, with regards to this episode, it was very silly. It was cute.
It didn't feel at all like a Christmas episode until suddenly Santa showed up out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, there was...
Yeah, there was snow.
Christmas stuff at the beginning. They were loading Christmas presents into the car.
Yeah, but it was almost perfunctory.
Yeah. They were setting the scene as it being, Christmas time.
But it wasn't playing because of the way they went with it. It came out more as it really did. It came out seeming more like a Valentine's episode.
Yeah, it went a little weird with the whole love angle. And again, looks... Oh, there we go.
I'm a terrible boyfriend.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, dude. Too soon. You guys, just, broke up and had a big fight the other week. Too soon, dude. Too soon. Then again, we don't exactly know...
I'm with you, Joe.
How these timelines work. As far as we can tell, within the context of Power Rangers, Ninja Steel, and Super Ninja Steel, I guess being a Power Ranger is just sort of a fall semester kind of thing. Because they were Power Rangers from the beginning of the school year, and then they stopped being Power Rangers, and then they had Christmas last year, and then this year they become Power Rangers again at the start of the school year, and then they stop, and then they have Christmas. So it does seem as though it's just a fall semester activity.
They're trying not to let their Power Ranger and get in the way of their final exams.
I guess so. It's all very... It's very amusing, honestly, that the timeline's as silly as it is. But also just, it was nice to see Sledge and Company back again. They are a, dynamic set of villains.
They're hilarious.
They've got these good interactions. They're funny. I just realized now they took the little shuttle ships from Sledge's ship to the Warrior Dome. So
ostensibly they could get back on their own ship. It didn't blow up.
Yeah, but they probably blew up with the Warrior Dome, is the idea.
Yeah, but also they probably blew up with their own ship the first time, so those guys have a tendency to just not die.
That's true. Well, we saw Sledge survive the first case of a bomb. But my main point is that you know who I realized may actually be the last surviving villain of the Saban Brands era?
Heckle?
No. Well, he went good, so I'm not counting him. Curio.
That's true.
Because we didn't see him.
Come in.
He's ostensibly still on the ship.
I was going to say, he must have been left behind the ship.
Him and Fury. Curio and Fury are just chilling out on Sledge's ship.
Well, now that their bosses are, blown up, maybe they'll just, go straight.
I don't know.
Get back into the actual asteroid salvage business.
I knew I was forgetting somebody.
Actually sell your asteroids, because if you remember correctly, the problem with Sledge was he was a bounty hunter who never turned in his bounties, and an asteroid seller who never sold his asteroids.
Yeah. But I can't believe I just forgot about Fury. Fury, we didn't see at all. And we didn't see Fury at all at the beginning of the season either. Fury or Curio didn't show up at all with Sledge and Posandra and Wrench, which is kind of interesting. We know that Fury was destroyed by a bomb from Keeper in the past, but that was only past Fury, not Black Hole Fury. Which is so silly that that's a thing. Also...
Hey, Ozzy!
Hey, Ozzy, welcome. Also just,
Yeah, Jay, they were very different first half.
Sledge, Posandra, Sledge's ship survived that black hole. But as far as we know, 7 billion people still died.
In that universe, yeah.
The Rangers really never, they never got a reckoning over that. I don't think any Power Ranger team
Honestly, babe,
has ever screwed up worse
Here's the thing.
than the
Here's
Dino
the
Charge
thing.
team.
you consider that screwing up, right?
Yeah.
Right. But what's that, you keep talking to me about that common rider that you don't think screwed up, when I'm sitting here going, yeah, essentially everybody died.
Now you see, that's different.
How is that different? Because
here's the thing. Unless you're presented with survivors of a world, it's not necessary. If the world gets rewritten, you're presenting it as, okay, you changed things so that these people didn't die.
well, there was a whole other Earth that didn't die in the black hole.
Here's the thing, though. The idea that, if you're putting forth this idea of, oh, we go back in time and change things so that these people didn't die. But if you show survivors of that other world, by virtue of there being survivors, that means that there has to be other people who didn't survive.
Yes.
So those people, so in this case...
But when you smash the two worlds together, everybody...
Now you see, that's more debatable. Because we don't know if those people... That's when you start to get into a very gray area of what does and does not constitute death.
Johnny, I love what you've done with your emojis. Because we got a cheetah.
Yeah, I see. That's very good. But here, we know that Sledge's ship survived, but we haven't followed up. We haven't seen that Earth survive. So that means that that's still a valid timeline, by virtue of he survived that timeline, which means those people, they all still died, within the logic of this show.
Well,
it's all about what logic the show is presenting.
Ostensibly, that the guys who remembered the previous unmashed world constitute survivors.
It's a gray area because it wasn't being presented as a world being destroyed.
It wasn't being presented as a world being destroyed.
This was presented as a world being destroyed.
It is a serious case of fridge horror.
It's one of those things where it's a very gray area because it all depends on how you interpret it. This one, we saw Earth be destroyed, and by virtue of...
We can only hope it was a quick and painless death.
Yeah. I mean, well, it either was, or it was...
Or as he presents the fact that since, Poisandra and Sledge
they may have ended up in a total other universe. We don't know.
Maybe.
But that's a really, really uncomfortable loose end.
Maybe.
Maybe that's the Earth
that we've been watching.
Oh, what? That we've been watching the Super Ninja Steel?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Well, Sledge came through on this one too.
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay, so what Earth were you thinking of?
For Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider build saved.
Dino Charge Earth A wound up smashing into the world in...
Sorry for spoilers on stuff with build. Hopefully you don't know what we're talking about if you haven't seen it, and hopefully for those who have seen it will recognize how brilliant this is. Yes, I'm going with this. Kamen Rider build saved the Dino Charge original universe, the original planet.
That's the best way to put it without actually explaining how build ends. But build saved Dino Charge Earth A.
Build saved Dino Charge Earth A. Yes, I love this so much.
Azzy, good theory.
There we go. Did he just put that forward, or did I put that?
Azzy did.
Oh, when he said completely separate alternate universe. Yes.
Because he said completely separate alternate universe.
And that got me thinking.
Put you on build.
Now, no, I had been thinking that before. It just felt weird that it wasn't addressed. But now I have seen it.
Credit.
Now I have seen. There was a Dino Charge Earth was saved by build.
Asdemono just says wasted. Nobody here is drunk. Asdemona's French, right?
Oh, okay.
American eggnog does not have alcohol in it. It's sold next to the milk.
Yeah, this is not non-alcoholic eggnog.
Nobody's wasted.
Man, I'm committing to that theory. That anywho, back with this.
Oh no. All right, Azzy, not quite so many details. There might be people in chat who didn't watch Build.
Yeah.
Désolé.
Oh, what's?
I gotta go to Google Translate to figure out what Asdemona's saying.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so this episode was sort of a cute, harmless send-off to the Saban Brands era, and I think it did so in a nice
I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, okay.
He's terribly sorry that we don't have alcohol in our eggnog. Yeah, it is.
I see
it's a
now.
bummer.
Thank you. But I do.
It's a bummer.
I think that they did make a few smart choices here in.
I'm not even sure there's raw eggs in
doing their send off. They brought back some fan favorite villains, a fan favorite ranger, and a fan favorite meme, and I think that those were some of the smartest things they could have done for a wrap up episode. The little details. Well, you're just getting the.
I'm trying to find out if there's even any eggs in this.
I'm surprised you didn't get that from Stewart's.
I wasn't at Stewart's. I was at the supermarket, so I got the supermarket brand.
Okay.
Milk, cream, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, because this is America.
And then egg.
Egg yolks. Just egg yolks.
I didn't realize there's
Got
high fructose
free milk.
corn syrup in there. You have both sugar and corn syrup?
It's pretty much sugar, milk, cream, and corn syrup.
And egg.
And egg.
Because it's eggnog.
Yeah, it contains milk, eggs.
Yes.
We give this to children.
Now, all that being said there, the clip choices were a little weird. That they decided to focus on the love thing. At least it made sense from a plot standpoint.
Yeah, but
in that they were trying to
like
a
Valentine's episode. I'm just gonna keep saying that.
Oh wait, we've already passed Valentine's Day though. So wait, how long has it been since they've been Rangers? How long? This series I think took 2.5 years. I just realized that.
Quite possibly.
Because
I don't know what's. Wait, maybe they were coming back from winter break. Not. Maybe it was second semester.
No. We saw a calendar for Haley and Calvin's anniversary, and it was September, I believe. True, it was a version of September that does not exist. Because I'm pretty sure just like the day lineup didn't make any sense. But they did have the Valentine's Day dance, I believe, with Preston and Sandy.
You're right.
So.
Sugary milk.
So I guess what were they starting their sophomore year at the beginning and now I don't know. What?
You done scared me? Are you okay? We're okay.
We're fine. Oh! I think she was wondering, or he was wondering where you went. I don't know actually who's he and who's she in here when it comes to screen names because.
No, Asdemona said, "Okay, he gone scared me."
I didn't know if it was because you went away. I don't know. It could be a delayed reaction. I'm not sure.
Victor had 49 trophies at the start of Ninja Steel.
Yeah, so it took him 2 years.
So I doubt they'd be freshmen.
He had a very, very productive freshman year, and then just the rest of his high school career was just nothing.
I don't know. Maybe Victor and Monty have been held back several times.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Yes, that's true. A Squad and SPD turned out totally evil.
That's true, but they were also only in like 3 episodes.
And they don't count as a Ranger team, Tim Davis says. Unless they are not counted as a Ranger team.
What?
I think they are a Ranger team.
So that's relating back again to the Lupin Ranger versus Path Ranger. My statement still stands. We've not had 2 rival teams throughout a season before. It's something that's new. It goes against the core teamwork thing.
Also,
that
and
they've
this
been
is my
promoting a
reason
lot.
that I think it would actually be harder for us to adapt, and that is that
We've also
American Power Rangers has developed a severe aversion to guns.
that is part of it. That was
Lupin
more of a
Ranger
Disney
and
era
Power
thing.
Ranger use a lot of guns.
We haven't noticed it hasn't come up too much during the Saban Brands era, but it was definitely an issue that Disney had.
I mean, even when...
What with the laser pellets.
Exactly, I was going to say. Even when there was something that was shaped like a gun, it shot laser pellets. That would be a lot of rotoscoping.
Yeah, I'm
exactly,
not really
Daniel.
sure.
They wind up having to do a lot of rotoscoping laser pellets.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the end of the Saban Brands era. That was at least a good-natured ending. It was a fun ending.
It was, and I kind of enjoy that they brought it all back together at the end
With
it's a bomb.
That was worth pretty much.
We've been wondering
that was
since we
worth
saw
so
them in
much.
the very first episode of the first season of Ninja Steel. Whatever happened to them? They show up again for the very last episode to scream it's a bomb,
Yeah.
and I am satisfied.
I feel like that was a nice way to bookend the season. It worked. It worked for me. That was, if that's the reason you brought back Sledge and Poisandra, just so that we could end
the series
on a
That's a bomb.
It's a bomb.
We'll
Sure,
take it.
I'll roll with that because you know what? It's hilarious. I'm glad they recognize just how much fun
End
that
it with
that
a
was.
bang. You got it, Mr. Alleman. I almost called you Dr. Alleman.
I feel like they must be aware of just how the fans reacted to that.
How mimetic It's a Bomb was.
Yeah.
Just like Die Hard. It is. It's like
Yeah.
Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie, but it's not quite a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Although I did see someone the other day who made a really cool Christmas ornament, which was essentially like, it's a little box, right? But if you look in the box, it looks like it's the inside of an air duct, and there's Bruce Willis.
I mean, the snow monster was the other major Christmas.
Yeah, I know,
thing.
Alman. I don't know why I almost called you a doctor. It's probably because I work at a hospital, and like half the people that I talk to every day, I have to put doctor in front of their name, or they get
Right.
a little bit testy. Because if you call a doctor Mr. or Mrs., they don't like that.
And
So it's better to mess up and call someone doctor who's not a doctor than fail to call a doctor doctor.
I do also like that they tied off the Warrior Dome and what the deal. So it got blown up for the third and final time. Because it did not look fully blown up at the end of the
No, it
last
did not.
episode. And I'm glad they actually addressed that with this episode, and they just had it salvaged.
fully blown it up.
Yeah.
Blown.
It been blown up.
Blew up. Blown up.
And it makes sense that
Blew up.
it makes sense that there would still be Basher bots on there.
I want to drink more eggnog,
Okay,
but I'm full.
fair enough. It makes sense there would still be Basher bots on there, but no one in charge of the Basher bots because Cosmo and Badana,
Got boomed.
they were the ones at the center of the explosion, so it makes sense that they would be the ones who get blown up.
Yeah, especially since presumably those bombs were made to be dangerous, more to flesh than to ship.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have given them to the humans to make them juggle them, because the whole idea was that the humans would drop a bomb and blow the humans up.
The level of damage was insane.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Yeah, the level of damage that those bombs did was still insane. But at least it got brought back a little bit, and that was not the end of the ship. The end of the ship was It's a Bomb, which is way better.
Yes.
I'm also amused that it was one of Blammo's bombs. Like, they recycled that prop even though that didn't make... Blammo would not be related to this at all.
Or as they say in the cable version, yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon!
There we go.
I couldn't finish it, so I had to look up the cable version because I knew it was something really stupid.
Yeah.
That's something I enjoy, is really stupid swear replacements in cable versions of movies.
The Ninja Steel team were just kind of, this kind of solidified them as being kind of jerks, actually. They had way too much fun messing with Lysandra, and let's face it, a lot of what they've done has been not cool. Like,
well, as somebody said all the way back at the top, before it actually happened on our screens,
yeah,
it is not cool of the Rangers to be trying to break up someone else's relationship.
I mean, I understand why they were doing it, etc., but they were taking an odd amount of glee.
Yeah, they were way too happy about it.
Especially considering, like, let's be honest.
I'm a terrible boyfriend.
I know, right? Also, let's be honest. They really could have just tried to take back their power stars at any point.
Time. Their hands were.
They were just like this.
In front of them.
They were just like this.
This is why people.
They were tied. They weren't bound to the chairs. Their feet weren't tied. They could just stand up.
This is why, if you actually want to restrain someone, you tie their hands behind them.
Look! Watch! My hands are tied together. My hands are tied together. Okay, I can't actually remove this thing, but...
That being said, they don't even use those to morph.
Why is that thing so difficult to remove? Because I keep trying to, but I don't want to rip the foam, because these things are made of foam.
That's true.
Anyway.
You think you have to rotate it, don't you?
No, it's not. It's like popped in. Yeah, that's really in there. Okay, don't worry about it. Moving on.
I could swear it locks by rotation, so you have to rotate it the other way to unlock it before you can pull it out.
It's not really, look, because it spins all the way around. It's not a lock by rotation thing.
Oh.
It's like you can spin around to create more sounds, but
fighting evil with all our might together, ninja spin.
Yeah, this was pretty much about, you know. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a great episode, but this is about as good as we really get out of the Saban Brands.
We got some Sidarso bros.
We got the Sidarso bros
teaming up in action.
Like this was basically just they threw together all of people's favorite things from the last 4 years.
And you know what?
And then
if
also,
you want to pander to me, I'll take it.
Exactly.
I'll take it.
And I think that was a good idea for them. Some of the stuff, you know, it felt like, okay, this is a little forced, this is a little inorganic. Like, let's face it, the Prism literally gave them their power stars so that they could get their power stars stolen.
Pretty much.
Now
here's the thing. I think that the Prism delivered them their stars because Wes had just delivered them the remote. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to do what he said and use the remote to go help other Rangers. And that this happened to coincide with this ridiculous Poisy Show thing. I really hope that
there's not really a good explanation for anything.
It has to have been reacting to Wes's gift and not to the fact that they needed their power stars stolen, or I lose all faith in humanity.
And Dan says the best way to pander would be with good writing. Here's the thing. I'm sure they've been trying. I don't think they've been trying to write anything poorly, and I don't think that, and so I don't think, like, you know,
nobody sets out to write things poorly.
If you're pandering, you're giving people what they want out of what you know you can do. It's not like all of a sudden the Christmas special is going to be, you know, like Emmy award-winning writing in a season that hasn't been able to perform at that level.
And even if it were, it would be jarringly inconsistent.
Yeah. This is pandering is playing to the fans of the content.
Or maybe Saban was holding them back. Also a possibility.
We will see. We don't know really.
There has been an implication that things like the fart jokes were to make the old man laugh.
Yeah. And we will see how things shift as we go into the Hasbro era. Like, I recognize that Power Rangers has had serious flaws and issues throughout the last 8 years. Dino Charge was stronger than most of the other seasons. It still never really hit, like top tier level that we've seen from past eras. But it was like a good solid season, and then it had a weak follow-up season.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was just balance got out of whack. We had some and a tendency towards anticlimactic conclusions. What?
Sorry, when you said balance got out of whack, I just imagined Balance from Q Ranger drunk.
Good old Balance around the holidays.
Yeah, do you know in Europe the eggnog always has liquor?
Interesting.
It's supposed to have liquor.
Fair enough.
Technically ours should be like labeled virgin eggnog.
Yeah, non-alcoholic eggnog.
Okay, Azzy, I'm glad my brain's not the only one that went there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that the Prism, it sensed the impending threat of Sledge, it just didn't really sense
Handle it very well.
It did, yeah.
Q Ranger has that effect on all of us.
It was really weird timing for the whole thing.
I love the Q Thomas. Q Tama, Q.
But anyway, what I was saying was, although Power Rangers has
Sentai closing dances.
has had a lot of problems over the last 8 years. Like this has not been a great decade for the show in terms of the quality of the show itself. But it remains interesting to watch and analyze. It remains perpetually interesting to me. As a franchise, as a show.
Like the Sally Jesse Raphael show. Or if you're me, Judge Judy. I guess stop watching Judge Judy.
Well, not even like that in that regard. Not in the, this is, not even in the so bad it's good, I can't stop watching.
Judge Judy is not so bad it's good. Judge Judy is, I mean, it's good. But it's
Schadenfreude.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is not a Schadenfreude thing. This is Power Rangers always finds different ways to work with the footage it has. It finds different ways to do things right. It just finds different ways to do things wrong. And I'm always interested in seeing what it does and seeing how the new writing teams will treat it in different ways, how new leadership may shift things. I'm always just interested in seeing how these different influences influence it differently.
Fun fact about those shows. They're not actually judges or courts of law.
Fair enough.
Legally speaking, though, most of them are set up as a, what do they call it? Arbitration, I think it is. Whatever it is both people sign a contract before entering into it, agreeing to abide by the judgment of the third party arbiter.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I'm still even if it turns out that the issues that we were seeing of these last several years have just been the writing team and them having not the best capability to deliver the type of show we want to see. Even if that's what it turns out to be, and Beast Morphers has the same issues that Ninja Steel had, I'm still going to be interested to see, what directions they go with it. If they end up making, really interesting, good choices, I want to see those. And be intrigued by them. If they end up making really bad choices, I'm still going to be very interested in seeing, in looking at it and being like, wow, you went that way with it. And when the show...
Actually, I was correct. It is arbitration.
Good. Yeah. Power Rangers is a show that I can enjoy regardless of if it's good or bad.
Unless it's Don't Blow That Dough.
Okay. There are always exceptions. It's a show I can enjoy, regardless if it's good or bad. I don't always necessarily enjoy every episode.
Happy holidays.
But like,
Happy holidays.
there can be an episode that's...
Mr. Megazord.
But I like to say, when it's good, I enjoy it because it's good. It's so good, it's great. When it's bad, it's so bad, it's great.
The Beast Morphers cast, he does look like they really enjoy what they're doing. So
yeah, we've been seeing good pictures of them so far.
That they're having as much fun. Like, I hope that we can all have as much fun with the show as they are.
Yeah, and this is it's going to be such a different experience for me watching Beast Morphers because I've seen Go Busters and I've studied Go Busters and I've done my own adaptation.
We don't need any more Tommy. We've had plenty of Tommy. Tommy just keeps coming back and back and back and back. He was just in Dimensions in Danger. We've had plenty of Tommy.
If you want to see Tommy return, watch Dimensions in Danger.
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
happened this season.
Or Dino Thunder. Go watch that.
Yeah, no, we've had Tommy. Tommy keeps coming back. There is no shortage of Tommy. There will always be enough Tommy. They throw him in there every now and then.
Yeah.
It's like salt. Bam! Emerald Lagasse. Just throw in some Tommy.
Oh yeah, if you've missed Dimensions in Danger, I believe it should be probably hitting Netflix. I would expect within the next couple weeks or months. I don't know exactly when the rest of Super Ninja Steel hits Netflix, but I expect that it will be hitting Netflix soon enough. Or you can check on the Nickelodeon.com website.
I would love to see Billy come back.
May still have the episode.
Don't know that David Yost is interested in that.
Same. It would take a very specific
he left the show under circumstances of they were not treating him with respect.
Yeah, it would take a very special set of circumstances to get David Yost.
I would love to see Billy return, but I do not want to watch David Yost walk back into an abusive environment.
I know personally what I would like to see.
Hey, if he expressed interest and, they can put in, safeguards to make sure he is not put...
Yeah.
Especially since, they've just changed hands again.
Yeah.
So that means, because I know when Neo Saban came around, they brought back some people from the original Saban era who would have been part of that.
Yeah.
But hopefully they went with Saban, and, maybe with Hasbro, if those people who were toxic to him are not there anymore.
I get the impression that certain writers, for example, I think didn't come back during Saban Brands era because it was not an environment that they were interested in working in.
Because as
I do think that may change under Hasbro.
Because as much as we all like and have great feelings about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it is fairly well known that the working conditions on that show were not great.
Yeah, and
there's a reason that everyone went to a peace conference.
And there have been issues like that with the show throughout. It's one of the unfortunate things about the show. That a lot of times, cast and crew aren't necessarily treated very well. Monetarily or in terms of actual interaction.
I feel like these days, a lot of the people who get into Power Rangers know what they're getting into because it has that reputation. And
they recognize they're also joining sort of a family after
they're joining a family after the show ends.
Which is a whole thing now.
And that it can be a good stepping stone because a lot of them are young.
That's true.
Because look at some of the better alumni. Adelaide Kane.
Oh yeah. Rose McIver and Adelaide Kane.
Rose McIver.
Ekadarville
got out of there.
They've both been living it up. They've been living it up over at Marvel.
Yeah. Lots of people have graduated from Power Rangers into bigger and better things. Amy Jo Johnson and
Flashpoint.
Yeah, she did Flash and Jen.
Aaron Cahill.
Aaron Cahill does everything. So it is a good opportunity if you're willing to. And the other thing is that
Archie Cow was that CSI tech guy for years.
It's a shorter commitment now as well. Because.
Well,
Mighty Morphin.
Well, compared to Mighty Morphin.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about compared to the original kind of Team Mighty Morphin Zeo kind of era up there. It is a shorter commitment with fewer episodes.
Yes, it's basically the same commitment level it's been since around Lost Galaxy.
Right, and that is very different than what it was at the very beginning, where these people would get sucked in and they would spend years and years and years and years being worked like this. It's a lot different than saying, I'm committing to be worked like this for 1 or 2 years, and I will reap benefits thereafter. Because, I mean, there are plenty of people who, for their art, are willing to go all in and work stupid hours for a given project. And Power Rangers has become more of a given project now that it changes casts every so often.
All right, so any final things from our chat? Because we should probably be wrapping this up. We've been going for a little while now.
Azzy, you don't have to sell me on the Tommy thing. I just, like I said, there's plenty of them.
Well, yeah. Well, Dino Thunder is the best version of Tommy. I think everyone agrees that on that. And yeah, there have been plenty of other great characters.
Various and sundry jerk behaviors of the actor.
Yeah, he's from what I gather, he's gotten better. It's yeah. So you think overall Ninja Steel was okay?
I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I'd say it was mediocre. And considering that we have had Power Ranger seasons that I would call bad, mediocre is not an insult.
I think
it's not fantastic. It's not standout, but it is a standard grade A Power Rangers that you can watch and.
Well, calling grade A.
Not grade A. It's like standard extra jumbo eggs.
I would call it a below average season.
Well, that's why I said mediocre.
I think here's the thing. It had flaws in some very.
Oh yeah, you should go to bed, Estamona.
Strange ways.
Buenos noches. I'm sorry, I only speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Bon niche? Bon niche? I'm sure it's just bon something.
Okay, have a good night. Yeah.
Bon sueño?
But I think I've made most of my feelings on Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel pretty clear. I feel that Super Ninja Steel was weaker than Ninja Steel was.
That's been happening a lot with these 2 seasons.
Ninja Steel wasn't that strong to start with.
That's been happening a lot with these 2-season deals. The second season just seems to be disappointing compared to the first.
Yes, no. I would say Super Samurai was better than Samurai. And I would say that...
Bonne nuit! Asdemona, yes.
Super Megaforce and Megaforce, they were just bad in 2 different ways. In that Megaforce just had like no substance, and Super Megaforce was just baffling.
Buenos noches.
In its how it chose to address continuity. So those were 2. I would say Super Megaforce was more entertaining than Megaforce was because it had. Its wackiness was at least entertaining wackiness, whereas Megaforce just leaned way too heavily on its Sentai. It was like 60% Sentai, which is a lot. But yeah, Dino Supercharged though, and Super Ninja Steel were both steps down from their initial seasons, and the big issue with Super Ninja Steel was just it had no real substantial arc to it. When you get right down to it, there was not really a story going on. It felt very much like it was just sort of a postscript to
Ninja Failure Goodbye. Hello Hasbro.
Yeah, it was really just
knock on wood though, guys, because we still haven't seen what Hasbro's gonna give us.
That's true. Super Ninja Steel, more than any other Super season, I'd say, felt like it was a sequel to its initial season, rather than just a continuation. It was the only one that I would say felt really more like it was just a sequel season, but it was a sequel without any real substance to itself. It's like we brought back some villains that honestly, you tweak the ending of the first season, they could have just stayed gone.
Yep.
And we didn't. It wasn't really like we got all this story happening that really we needed to see. It was like,
no.
Oh no, will Calvin and Haley stay together for 20 more episodes and then break up?
No, Tim.
Like that's basically like will we have a new set of monsters that will come and go?
She didn't even like him. He needs to leave her alone.
Oh, Gia and Jake. They should have done more with Gia and Jake, specifically on the Gia side, to actually have some focus for Gia. That's what we needed for Gia and Jake. We needed to actually make
Because-
it, like, not a totally one-sided weird thing.
It was a weird thing. He was like a stalker boy who would not stop, even though she was showing him clear signs of disinterest.
There were some mixed signals, but they were mixed signals to the audience, not to him.
Yeah, from
which
his
was
point
weird.
of view, there were no signals that said go.
Yeah.
We had a few of them from behind the scenes. Well, he shouldn't be trying to read her mind.
Yeah, it was all very strange.
So no! Sledge hasn't changed a bit. No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Still been blown up. But yeah, Super Ninja Steel, it had no real story. A lot of the individual
yes, Mr. Megazord. Yes, he
episodes
was.
were
And Poisandra
very confused.
was
on their,
hammier
on their-
than that.
on their moral. Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel just had this weird relationship with their morals of the day.
Yeah.
That just they every now and again they got it, but they really missed the ball on that a lot in a way that was not good for kids to be watching. And a lot of times, structurally, episodes would just be weirdly put together, where they would just, like, front load. It's like, here's what's happening, and then it's like, okay, this is just kind of a weird thing that's happening, and then it's wrapped up halfway through the episode, and then it's just fights and Victor and Monty wrap up. And then Victor and Monty in general were just cartoon characters, which
They really were.
didn't mesh with the rest of the show.
I mean, they even obeyed cartoon physics.
There were just...
They had cartoon biology, cartoon physics. They were... I don't know.
I felt like a lot of the ideas were
They should have been dead 10 times over.
were not properly developed and meshed together when it came to Ninja Steel, and it made for some very uncomfortable stories, and it made us like the characters a little bit less as they went along, and we got to see them do worse things. In those regards, it had a lot in common with Operation Overdrive.
Do you think Chip Lynn has to rebuild a relationship with the fans?
I think I feel like that's.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
I feel like that's not exactly what we need to see. I feel like Chip really needs to focus more on the story, on really thinking through the storytelling of the series and finding ways to make it work and making sure that it works, and not just going, hey, this is a cool idea, okay, let's just run with it. There really needs to be just a little bit pulling back to just think things through and make sure, okay, are we executing this well, and are there ways this could be taken poorly? I feel like maybe there might have been some overconfidence.
Maybe
going with
he
this
just
season.
needs to read his own script out loud.
And I think the way that you rebuild the relationship with the fans, so to speak, it's not an interactional thing. It's just
it's providing.
it's rebuilding trust.
Rebuilding trust would involve
And that would be dedicating to
an improved product.
Yeah, and looking at that from a story perspective and recognizing, okay, I know I'm not
Nobody
perfect.
liked them.
I know I'm not perfect. So let's take a look at this. What could we be overlooking
What didn't
here?
work?
What about this script? Is there anything about this script that feels like, oh, that's not quite right? Let's look into that. Let's see why that doesn't feel right, and let's dig into that and let's make it work and find that missing piece to make it work. Because a lot of these episodes, really, you tweak a little thing here and there, and the whole thing falls together.
Oh, didn't you have like a small list where it was like 2 tweaks that would fix each episode?
Yeah. It's just like looking at this. I've said to Marisa a bunch of times, like a simple thing like Madame Odious, not being in the prelude scene of the first episode, actually would like have this whole cascading effect throughout the whole rest of the season, because you then just introduce her in present day. Give her a quick actual introduction so you know who she is, where she comes from, because she's a prominent figure. It puts more focus on Galvanax and Ripcon and their relationship in the prelude scene, so those characters have more of an impact. So all of your villains get a little bit more impact by just placing her intro in present day, it also makes sense why we waited 10 years to get things started, because we waited until Madame Odious showed up, and she kicks off the plot, because that's what she does. It doesn't make any sense to wait 10 years to kick off the plot.
Unless she arrived just before they kicked off the plot.
And if you give her a proper introduction, you can seed other things. You can make mention of the Lion Galaxy. You can make mention of magic. You can tie that together with Preston and what else is coming up later, so that these things don't just feel like they're just being dropped in randomly, and you get the impression that there is a plan and that everything's coming together. And basically, just by removing that character from one scene and adding a line of dialogue to another scene,
you've changed the tenor of the whole thing.
You have a ripple effect that ripples throughout 15 other episodes.
In a good way.
In a very positive way. And if you just do little things like that, like 2 or 3 little tweaks per episode, it really makes a big difference in just threading the whole thing together. And making a more coherent whole. It just needs to be at very specific points that you know are high
precision
impact.
arc welding.
Exactly.
It's precision arc welding.
Exactly.
A little bit of precision arc welding could have gone a long way.
Yeah. And there were, and in some cases, it's just reframing a story.
I mean,
if he
really
giving
likes
it a better moral,
Go-Busters, then that is a good sign. We're hearing from a lot of people in the chat that Chiplin really liked Go-Busters.
Yeah.
So if he really liked Go-Busters, then that means he's, like you said, probably going to put us all into it, because he would want to do justice to his source material. So that is a good sign.
And I still find it so hilarious on so many levels that this got announced after I had already did a Grid Defense. Because part of me will always wonder, did I give someone an idea? I wonder if I gave someone an idea. I don't know. I find it super funny that the character name for their Yellow Ranger is Zoe, and the actress name for my Yellow Ranger was Zoe.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence, or one of those, like, in the back of your head kind of.
Yeah, it's
like,
just really funny.
Where you didn't lift it directly kind of thing, but you saw that somewhere, and it got stuck in the back of your head, and you saw Yellow Ranger and went, you know what? Zoe would be a great name, and you have no idea where that came from?
Yeah. Alright, so it has been, about an hour and a half.
That it has. But it was a finale, so, well, not a finale.
It was
the
end of an era.
It was the end of an era.
It was the end of an era, and it was good to
deserved
wrap
a
it
good
up.
hour and a half.
Yeah. And, you know, I actually feel pretty good about you know, the end of this. I feel better right now than I did at the end of, after the finale, where I was like, okay,
It just seemed...
so much was wrong with the finale, I didn't even get into.
Finish, it just stopped.
Well, it was more so, they didn't think things through.
No.
And they need to. And hopefully they will more, and hopefully they will have executives that will give them more guidance in that particular direction.
Because I think one thing that will tell us just how much influence the executives had over this is what's the most different between then and now. Because Chip remains the same.
Everything basically remains the same except Saban. Saban is being replaced
for
with Hasbro.
So any major changes we see between here and there is probably at a level of what the production company has influence over.
Yep. So, so I think that's
we would
that's
love
a wrap
it if
for us.
Jackie came back.
Yeah, I
would love it.
I was saying on Twitter that my dream team would be Jackie Marchand
and
Greg
Aronowitz
doing a Q Ranger adaptation. That would be sick. Yo.
So cool.
That would be great. All right, so thank you, Super Ninja Steel, for another year of Power Rangers.
For a wild ride, dude.
Thank you for the last bit of fan pandering. I appreciate fan
It's
pandering
a
too.
bomb!
So, happy holidays to all of our Ranger fans out there. We look forward to continuing these live streams next year with Beast Morphers.
But we will also continue to see you guys in the meantime over on the Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger.
Yep.
Which,
live
as
reactions.
said, will actually be happening during this time slot for the next 2 weeks while we catch up.
We'll be releasing it on Sunday like I normally release these on Sunday.
Right.
So, until next time, Farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. It's a ball!